Now let's talk about this oil mill, this oil production. Can you explain it can you explain it to people who do not understand it? How does it function?
The oil mill, how it is functioning even till now, I'm talking to you now, is that although it has been modified, that machines can do a lot of things, but during the time of that, my father's oil mill something, they will buy the palm kernel, how it is being originated. Then after buying it, they will put it in a drum and close it. Then when they close it, they will put fire under it. Then when the something is done, they will bring it and put it into one big drum. Then I use uh, one stick that they made to pound it. You will pounding it, pounding it, pounding it, pounding it until it is done. If it is done, then you add water and turn it. After turning it, then there's one machine that you put it into. It will be that machine that you use to dry it and bring the oil and the water differently. Then when you bring them and put it into drum, then when you put it in the drum now, my father will put fire under it and burn the something. When the something boils, I mean the oil and the water inside, when the oil and water boils, then you allow it to cool down. When it comes down, then the oil will come up, the water will be down. Then you'll be able to use what they called oba. By then, you can use any plastic or whatever to be carrying the oil, putting it into a different drum. If you do it and do it and do it and notice that there's water coming, then you stop. Then by then you have separated the oil and the water. Then the oil is the one they will sell. The water is useless. So that is it. And yes, and the thing gives them money. They are making it very well, although there's nothing you can use to make money that you cannot suffer.
Now, you see, when you were talking before, you did mention of the fact that you, growing up, you know how to sell and make money even as a young person. This is very
Yeah.
important for us because in this podcast, we try to concentrate also on entrepreneurship, on a particular entrepreneurship that is not just new. We are not new to entrepreneurship. In Africa, you don't have, in many parts of Africa, in many parts of Nigeria, you don't have the government giving you job. You need to find job for yourself. This is basically what it is, no? Learning how to set up businesses for yourself, learning how to take care of your need without waiting for somebody to come and help you. The narration that we need to depend on maybe European charity to feed you is not true in my case because I grew up in Uromi. We are 9 in number. All the 9 of us were taken care of by our family. When we I was still very small. I was like 2 years in primary 2 when my father died. So basically, it was my eldest brother who took care of the rest of us because he struggled very hard to be able to make something for himself. No, so what I'm saying is that we didn't really have people to rely on. We need to rely on ourselves. So this idea of doing something, rendering a service to the people, and then getting return for me, and then expanding from there is not something new. That is what I really want to point out there. So how do you go about, first of all, before we come to the marketing of this oil, how does it go about from planting to harvesting and then going to market? Yeah.
Like planting, you are talking. This there was even there's a time, even now they talk of agric planting of palm trees and whatever. But during the time of my father, the agric something is not too common. These very ones that we based on, we came as a person and saw it. And as we are working in a farm, if there's a palm kernel that germinates and be growing, if you see that palm kernel, it should be a nice one. You can just take something to guide it so that the palm tree will be growing. As the palm tree grows, then from there, you will be when the palm tree grows and form the fruit. The fruit, when the fruit ripes, then they will cut the fruit down. Then you peel it, remove it gradually, one after another, put it in a basket. If it is big enough, you sell it. That was what I said before, that when you buy, you put it in a drum, then uncover and cook. Then in the pan tray, really, if you like what I told when I told you that I used to make money by myself, is that the pan tray, some people that doesn't have anybody to cut it for them when their own ripes, they can call me. Not only me, many of us, they can call you or they can call me. I will go and cut it for them. They will pay me my own money. Normally it has a price then. And when you cut it, they will pay you. Then you have done your job. They themselves will carry it, do everything they want to do about that one. Doesn't concern you. Your job now is to climb up and cut it for them. Then they will pay you your money. That's how I made my money then.
That's good. This trade, how did you learn it? Is it that there was a kind of, because you cannot just climb up down and start cutting palm kernel if you don't know how to do it, if you don't know the skill, because you can. I've seen some story of people falling down from there, no? So you mean for you to be able to succeed in it, you need to undergo some training. Tell me about that.
Anyway, in that is that it's just like now when somebody tells you that my brother or my friend, come let me teach you how to drive. First and foremost, you must remove fear out of you. You know very well that somebody might climb there, and from there, when the person falls down, the person will die. But you remove fear out of all. You beckon your hope on God. During that very time, nobody taught me how to do it. The only thing is that my father, that's one we call ete. That very one is when it is round like this. When you put it, it will be at your back. Then while the back of the ete will be at the back of the palm tree you are climbing. Then you'll be climbing the tree, one step after another, one step after another until you reach. Then another one, they call that one odo. Odo is of two. One and two. And one and two, the other one, you match it with your leg, or your left foot, like this. It will be there. Then the other one will be within your distance, so that it will hold you. Then you'll be climbing. If you raise the other one up, you carry the other one down. You raise the other one up, you carry the other one down. As you are going gradually, then when you get there, then you finish whatever you are doing, just like that. When you bring the down one down, you bring the up one down, just like that. Nobody will teach you, but it's when you are seeing people doing it, one day you'll be learning how to do it. At least gradually, you'll graduate. That is
Uh, it's very interesting. All right, but did you ever ask your father then? Of course, we're not talking of 2 years ago now. Have you ever
it.
asked your father? Did you ask your father then, like, how did they learn all these things? Like, where did they come from? How did they manage to get all this knowledge that they applied?
My dear, the something I didn't ask him that question, but the issue is that when you are born in a family, you see how what the family is doing to make it or to grow or to eat. You join them in doing it. I feel like that thing was what their father, the kind of legacy their father left to them. Because when we get home now, the place we are living now, there's a place we call Ugu. It is very far. And when you go there, then you will see a lot of things. To that very place, you till the ground, you plant something. Then after planting the something will grow from there, either yam or cocoyam or cassava and things of that very nature. Then when it is time, at least within the period of it will not up to some months anyway, it will be okay for you to bring that out and bring the fruits. From there, you make out something what anybody can eat, either the cocoyam or the cassava or the yam itself. Then you can sell some, you can cook it, you can eat it, and they be okay. So
All
I
right.
think it's a kind of legacy their father left for them. When you grow up, like now, like you said, we are now in abroad. Our children now doesn't know much about it. They don't know anything about it now because when you take them home now, they can't use what we call ogo to dig the ground. They cannot, and they don't have the strength again. So it's a very big problem anyway. We don't know where we are going. I'm telling you.
All right, maybe we are going forward. We are going somewhere.
Okay.